Alright everybody, welcome back to the channel. Sorry. And today we are going to check out two fields. So the Blue Hive is still very strong after the nerf. That is something that we can all agree on. For the people who don't agree on it, then you should definitely do some more research. Blue Hives are still okay. They're still fine, you know. They are not as good as they was before. I know that, especially for macroing people out there. But Blue Hive is still on and it's still thriving. It still lives. You know, Red Fields has always been strong. Red has always been strong. You know, we all know that. You know, Blue Hive is kind of, you know, it was lacking for at least 2 years. At least that's what On It said. Red Hive was thriving for at least 2 years and it was crazy good. And then, you know, Blue Hives were good for 2 months and everybody was really angry, which I kind of can understand. You know, the balancing is an issue with every single game out there, but yeah, so it doesn't really matter. Today we're gonna go and focus on the Blue Hive. We are going to see which one's gonna be better, if it's gonna be the Pine Tree Forest or if it is going to be the Stump Field. And it's not only because of where you can farm the most, which I personally think is going to be the Stump Field, but it also kind of depends on what kind of percentages you have, what kind of amulets and boosts you have and stuff and so on. But on the other side, it's also quite annoying to kill the stump snail. So, you know, just when it comes to accessibility, I don't know what it's actually called, if that's even a word, then I would say the pine tree is much better and it's much more chill. But once you actually are able to kill the stump snail, and you should kill the stump snail because it's going to give you an amulet and it's going to get a better amulet over time, and you're going to get some goodies from it. You can get tickets from it. Right now you can get ginger bears from it. You can get so many different things from it. So it's actually worth doing it, but sometimes people really need like days to kill it. I'm lucky I only need about like 4 or 5 hours maybe. I think somewhere along those lines, maybe 5 hours. I'm not entirely sure, but it doesn't take too long to kill. But yeah, once you're in that stage where you're like a few hours in, then it's fine. But when you're like really new and you literally can't damage the stump snail, then that's obviously really bad. So for the people who are a bit more on the newer side or more in the mid-game side, then I would obviously say for a Blue Hive, well, you shouldn't be a Blue Hive as a mid-game player, that's for sure, but I would say the Pine Tree Forest is better. Now, also what's very important for a Blue Hive is, you know, so right now it's 2 to 1, right? So we have we can farm more, and we can farm more on the Stump Field, but Pine Tree is better, has easier to reach. You know, you don't have any stump snails on it, so it's 1 point for Stump Field and 2 points for the Pine Tree Forest. Now another thing is also that you will need well, the second point is that you will need blueberries to level up your bees and also to make them gifted, and you will need them to do a lot of crafting and stuff, so you can also get those blueberries on those pine tree forests, so that's really good as well. Now let's talk about the size. The size of the Pine Tree Forest is a bit bigger than, I think, Stump Field, and Stump Field is rounder, which also makes it a bit better to farm because it's all compact and narrow and it's very tight and close to each other, so you will have a lot of bubbles, which is going to be really good and useful for yourself. So that would be a point for the Stump Field. So it's 2-2 right now, and it kind of depends in what, you know, in what kind of stage in the game you're at. So if you're a mid-game to a beginner player, Pine Tree Forest would be your field to farm. But if you're more of an end-game player, then it probably is Stump Field, you know. Right now I am on the Blue Field as well because I need blueberries, and yeah, that's the reason why I'm on here. Now let's talk about wins. I think it's very much pretty equal. I always use a purple potion and I almost always get a Pine Tree Forest, but I also always see a Stump Field, so it's not necessarily too crazy like split up, because when it comes to the, I don't know what the RNG is, you know, I honestly don't know, but I know that the Pine Tree is a bit more frequent, maybe just a little bit, than the Stump, but I gotta be honest, I don't always look at the Stump, you know. In that fact, do I still have any blue potion? No, I don't, because I just used it. I just used all of my blue potions for my Tide Popper, which I'm gonna get very soon. But we can use, let's just use a golden egg or something just to see what pops up. Because many people boost with gold eggs as well. Let's just quickly see what pops up, and I guess we'll give that point to whoever gets it. I don't know. I've honestly no idea, but I think it's quite equal. Let's see. Let's go up here. Put up. Where's my gold egg? There we go. Let's just throw one in here, and we have, yeah, pine tree. I kind of said so earlier on as well, right? So I kind of thought that pine tree is quite frequent, you know. So I might give that point to pine tree because I always see pine tree. I don't know why, but I always see pine tree. All right, so what else can we talk about if you compare these two fields? I mean, when you really want to earn a lot more, you know, I always go on Stump Field. So I think you can just farm more on Stump, because you have, as you can see here, we have blue and white. And on Stump Field we have mostly blue, then we have white, and we have red. So it's a little bit more of everything, even though I don't have many red bees in my hive, so it doesn't really necessarily make a lot of sense for me. But for some reason I just make more. I just think the Stump Field is a higher field. It's more difficult to get on, especially because of that stump snail, right? Like, nobody likes to farm Stump Field. Like, nobody likes to farm the stump snail. It's really annoying, and it's just, I don't know, you know. Let me just throw on a light boost. I don't want to go too crazy with the boosts. I just want to give myself a little bit of a light boost. Let's use a bit of glitter, blue extract, glue. We can actually use glue. Let's use an enzyme. Let's use oil and a tropical. Even though I need the tropicals, but doesn't matter right now, does it? Let's just give it a little bit of a boost here. So yeah. Now, let's talk about what my personal favorite field is, and that's going to be pine tree. Pine tree is actually my favorite field. I don't know, I've been on it for so long, and you know, I don't know, I've been grinding on here for so long. You kind of, you know, let me tell you why I like this. Because even if you macro or AFK farm, you are going to get 3 bosses on here, which is really good. You're gonna get every, I think, 15 minutes or so, you're gonna get 2 mantis, which are going to drop you some items, whether it's going to be, you know, tickets or whatnot. And you have the wolf, the werewolf, that's gonna come by every I don't know, is it 30 minutes? That's gonna come by every 30 minutes. That can actually drop you like tickets worth like 25 to 50, I think. So that is just better. It's just better. So for me, Pine Tree Forest is the better field. But if you want to really like boost like crazy, then you should hope for wins on the Stump Field. And yeah, that's about it. That's my opinion on it. What is your opinion? Tell me in the comment section below, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.